And when we whoop enough ass, everybody gonna get in line and do right.
All right, peace and blessings, assalamu alaikum, shalom. Thank you, family, for taking the time out to watch this video today. And so today I'm going to be talking about a little about in Mississippi and Jackson, where these white folks carved out an area that's going to be patrolled strictly by whites, governed strictly by whites, court system ruled by whites and for whites. Now, self-governance is something that everybody should be looking for. You shouldn't want to be ruled by your enemy. Clear. You should not want that. We have not progressed where we should be because we're consistently ruled by people who don't like you. So that's because they don't like you, they're not going to do right by you. Now, we should understand this principle. Now, white folks understand that principle. They understand power and they understand the way the system is currently set. Majority rules. So in Mississippi, in Jackson, is a majority black city. And so the white folks say that they're tired of being controlled by black people. They're tired of having their representatives not look like them, their judges not look like them, their prosecutors not look like them. They're sick of it. See, whenever you see these new cities pop up, white folks, because they get tired of being in black dominated areas, so they'll separate themselves and make up a city here, make up a city there. And you don't be wise enough to say, well, damn, I can do the same thing. No, you go join them where they are, where they don't want you. And then you wonder why you're not being treated fairly, because you're somewhere where you never was wanted. So they get tired of leaving the city and they say, well, let's carve us out an area within the city. When you have the backing of your governor, your House of Representatives, and your Senate, because the majority of them may look like you, may think like you, so there'll be an agreement on their separating from you. And so when we say about the Mississippi Initiative is go and conquer and rule our own area. And like Mississippi Exodus say, you can do it too in your own city. And these things are truthful. White folks do it all the time. See, but there's a problem, not with them doing it, because I applaud them for doing it, because it's the right thing. They see their numbers dwindling. They see our numbers rising. And they say, well, look, at some point, some intelligent nigga is going to come up with the idea of self-governance from a black first perspective. See, you've had these elected leaders come before you not with a black first perspective, but they come before what we the people perspective. What's good for everybody perspective. And how has that worked out for you? Black man, white, black man, black woman. How has that perspective worked for you? You've had political black people in every stage of the government, and you still singing, we shall overcome. So how have they served you with that mentality? That's why we say you have to have a black first mentality. Anything else ain't gonna work. But they're not strong enough. These elected officials are not strong enough to have a black first mentality. And that's why nothing changes. Because they fear the enemy. I saw this brother get elected mayor, young brother. I applaud him. But if he don't have a black first mentality, it don't mean a goddamn thing. Because all you did, you just stuck another white man in office, even though he got black skin. But his mind is coded white first. His mind is coded, we are the Rainbow Coalition. His mind is not coded black first. So what will you produce? It is so important to be black first minded. It is so very important. And not just be black first minded and part of what you do, but black first minded in everything that you do. It is so critically important. So when our people see B1, they know what it means. And they know their expectations must be met. When you understand the biggest threat is not that these crackers is going around and separating themselves to create their own heaven on earth, that ain't the biggest threat. The biggest threat you face that I don't hear nobody on YouTube, black YouTube, talk about, except for me, I talked about it. They are going around. When you saw them with their tiki torch, you will not replace us. Their outward show of disgust, they were moving behind the scenes for a constitutional convention. And they went from state to state voting on having a constitutional convention. Well, you say, well, what the hell are they going to do that for? Because they understand they're losing grip of their power and they have to protect their thievery for their children. So they're going around doing this from state to state to get enough of their elected officials to agree to rewrite the Constitution. Now, how do you think the mind of the cracker is going to rewrite the Constitution? Do you really think it's going to be in your favor? You really want to give them that, okay, y'all going to rewrite? Well, you don't even know what they doing because you're not paying attention. And when they move to rewrite it, you think you're going to fare well? You think they're going to soften their police stand against us? Oh no. Oh no. They're coming with a vengeance. And you ain't even did nothing. It ain't your fault that they can't produce children. It ain't your fault they got a 0 birth rate, which means a death for every birth. It ain't your fault. But they gonna make you face the consequences. But their time is up. God has declared that their time of rulership is over. God has declared that it's your turn. It is your rise. But they say, nah, we're going to kill them niggas. They not going, you going to rule me over my dead body? That's what they say, over my dead body. That's what they say. You're not going to escape the fight of the century. You're not going to be able to escape the fight of the decade. The clash of civilizations. You're not going to escape it. You're going to fight it. You know, the children of Israel, the elders didn't want to go into the promised land. When Moses sent the leadership out to spy out the land, to go give me a scout report. Let me know what we're facing. Let me know what's going on. How many? And the leadership come back. Oh, ooh, it's a number nobody can number. Well, it's a lot of them. You expect us to go fight them and win? Nigga, you crazy? You go send your God in there and you tell the God to clear that out for us. I was like, what? Didn't our God just deliver you from Pharaoh? Didn't you see them be drowned in the Red Sea? But you yet don't believe that our God is real. The God said, I hate cowards. Our God said, I hate cowards. God can't respect a coward. So he said, okay, look here. We're going to let them wander and die out. We're going to let them die out. We're going to take the young into the promised land. We're going to take the young into battle. And we're going to defeat the giants. That's what we're going to do. Because these old ones, they're full of fear. And they're comfortable in their fear. They don't want to challenge that which has made them afraid. And that's been our problem. You want to live kumbaya with the enemies of God. You don't want to separate. As our God has instructed us to be ye separate. You want to go along to get along. You don't just want to be their brother-in-law. You want to be their brother. Let me tell you something. You'll never be their brother. Never. And you will never be their brother-in-law. Because there's no law that you can come up with that's going to make them see you as their brother. No matter why you, hey brother, hey brother, hey brother. Crackers look at you, nigga, what you calling me your brother? I ain't your brother. That's a dumb nigga over there calling me his brother. Now, I had a case one time where I was working for Brother Hassan, and they had an uprising in the Ohio jail system. And they contacted me and wanted me to help with his case. And as I learned how the uprising happened and how the quote-unquote leaders got on death row. Now, it's interesting because in this jail situation, You had the Muslims, you had the gangs, the black gangs, the white gangs, you even had the KKK people, the skinheads. And they all said, look, we got to work together to get this big demon off our back because he ain't treating none of us right. So when the riot happened, they worked to try to get things secured. A guard died. And so, you know, people gonna pay for that. Now, of course, the prison gonna lie and say shit that's not correct. That's what they always do. They're gonna cover up their stuff. But in this battle that they were in, and everybody understanding their own personal grievance and benefit from the union to get this big enemy off their backs and better treatment, they came, despite their differing ideologies, to work together. And so I understood that if I got to represent my client, I got to speak for my client. Part of that, when I speak, I'm going to be speaking on behalf of the goddamn skinhead, the KKK. I didn't have a problem speaking on behalf of our black gang members, because they us. So this hit me with a very interesting challenge. I was online and I went to this group and it was talking about justice. And they were racist. They were full-blown skinhead KKK crackers, 100%. But I went into the room. I introduced myself. And one of them responded, "Don't you know we don't want no niggas up in here?" And then I responded, "Look here, cracker. I don't want to live near you. I don't want your woman. I don't want your daughter. I can't stand you just like you can't stand me. But this is what I'm doing. This is who I represent. And unfortunately, one of yours gets covered under my speaking. So that means that I have to come here and speak to you." Then their reply was, "Okay, I'm sorry. You're not no nigga. You're a real black man. You understand exactly what is and what isn't, what you need us to do." We have to be so strong and uncompromising with who we are. With who we are. And don't change your message, regardless to who is in the audience. Because at the end of the day, real understand real and truth understand truth. The liar will always be afraid of you. Always. Now, good to say that some other bigger named outside people came in and I didn't have to do anything for our brother. So the plans that we were making, we were able to throw aside because he took on, let the ACLU and all them do that deal. We have to understand the importance of being black first minded in everything we do. Because it is that mindset that will deliver us and bring us exactly where we want to go. Outside that way of thinking will leave you right where you are. And you'll continue to be crying, begging, and pleading. I don't care if you're here in America. I don't care if you're over in Africa and one of the countries over there. You gotta be black first minded. And if your leadership is not black first minded, you're going to get what you always have gotten. You're going to get it. And so when I was in some of these political meetings up north, and people heard me speak about Black First and our political ideology, Black people was afraid to come get it. But the whites that were in the room recognized what I was saying and wanted to hear more, wanted to be my friend. That ain't how it works. That ain't how it works. It ain't for you. You already doing what you do to secure yourself, because you know that these cities are overrun with Black people. And eventually, your little hold on them will run out. So there can make calculations that it's not going to run out during my lifetime, but it will run out during my children's lifetime. So if we set these things up now that our children will inherit, they'll be safe. But there will be no safety place. Because it's time now. It's time. And we got to understand this. And when we come on Wednesday, and we will be live at 5 p.m. on Wednesday, we're going to talk more about this political situation and what must be done. Because it's time now to act. Remember, if you don't act, you will be acted upon. So it's our time to act. And you cannot be afraid to act. You cannot be afraid, well, they're not going to like what I say. Why do you care? Do your people like what you say? Do your God like what you say? Are you saying the truth? Don't be afraid of what the enemy may think of you, because you're speaking truth. They will learn to respect you because you're not afraid to speak the truth. You will see them showing great respect for you because you're not afraid. And they understand you are telling the truth. And they'll treat you with respect. And you'll see them disrespect our people who try to love on them. But they be honored to meet you. I had a white person tell me, I know you be talking the truth. And I see other black people coming out to attack you. And he said, I be laughing my tail off because they show their ignorance. You telling it as it is. You doing everything that you need to be doing because you're a black man at war. He said, I be around sitting in the cut, looking, listening. I hear it. But you are the one that's on point. And it's a shame that more of them won't follow you, but they'll fight you. And when my people come, we're going to eat them up. We're going to eat them up. Because they try to destroy the strongest representation of truth. To make us happy? Go ahead. What did it do? It means that we don't have to fight you because they done knocked you out the way. So we'll run through them very quickly. Another brother said, me, the brother who wrote the book, We Will Shoot Back, in the conference, you're the only one that's at war. I'll never forget that. You're the only one that's at war. Speaking to those who he heard at our conference. It's a hell of a thing when you by yourself. It's a hell of a thing. You wouldn't understand the betrayals that I had to go through. You don't understand the pain that I had to go through. One day I'll tell you about it. It's a damn shame. It's a damn shame. But it was necessary. Because in the betrayal, it showed my areas of weakness, my vulnerabilities that had to be tightened up. And I'm thankful for it. I wasn't thankful when I was going through, because that was some pain that I didn't even see coming. But I had to learn unconditional love. And the only way you're going to learn that is going through unconditional pain. We are a great and marvelous people. And we're on our way up. We're on our way up. And we must be thankful that our God has not abandoned us. That our God loves us and has been with us every step of the way. And he's going to be with us in battle. As he has said in the word, it was not you who slew them, but I slayed them by your hands. So when you talk to the God today, thank him. Ask him to use your hands when the time comes to slay the enemy. Thank him for blessing you to live in the time of battle, to live in the time of warfare, to destroy the enemy. Thank him for letting you live this day and not a day prior or not a day in the future. But thank him for giving you life today. I was talking with Brother Emil yesterday, and he said, I'm so thankful that the Most High gave me knowledge. And I said, yes, because you could be still asleep. You could be still the walking dead. But the God allowed you to see. Open up your eyes, family. You will go to war. Blood will flow. But you will be free. Because you will challenge the giants and you will defeat them. I promise you that. I promise you that. And as I made a promise to you years ago in Nashville, Tennessee, I will lead you into battle. My word is my bond. I will lead you into battle. It is our time now. You kill the nigga in you, I'm going to kill the nigga in me, and our God will reign supreme. We are Black First. Today, tomorrow, and forever. Love you, family. Peace and blessings. Assalamu alaikum. Shalom. And don't forget, check us out Wednesday, 5 p.m. Eastern Time. We will be live on our channel, on our YouTube channel, The Mercy Seat. Assalamu alaikum. Peace and blessings. Shalom. Love y'all.
You better get the message and get it straight.
You're going to need some bridge work. It's simple as that.
Because we're living in judgment. We're living in implementation.